Hello, and I'm back with my fourth video about, these are videos showcasing items that I've gotten in the last 25 years. Just random things that I have in totes. I've moved like 4 times in the last 25 years. So I've collected a whole lot of things, such as, here is this map.
I found the cranberry sauce.
This is a map of Vermont back in 19, I think it was in 1996. I went on a road trip with a friend to Vermont, and I acquired this Vermont map. So there's that. Whenever I'm watching baseball games at home, I like to score along at home, as they say, not in a traditional way of like keeping a scorebook, but just kind of like writing down the players' names and like what they do if they're out or get a hit or a double. I'm not sure why I kept this one. This looks like the Rangers from circa around 1990, 1994, 95, and it looks like they were playing Oakland based on the players' names. Like Jason Giambi, Miguel Tejada, Jeremy Giambi. Anyway, I have no idea why I kept that, but there's that.
To show you people today.
That's right. Here's a letter from a lady I used to work with at the AMC Theater, Debbie Easer. Apparently she was going to UNT at the time because the return address, it says UNT in Denton, Texas, and she wrote this letter to me. We were friends when we worked at the movie theater together, so when I was studying over in Europe, then she mailed me a letter. So that was very nice. So there's that. Here is when you graduate from high school. They might still do this, I'm not really sure, but they give you these little cards with your name on them. I think you just kind of give them to people. So Matt, here's one of my graduation cards.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think people just kind of keep these as keepsakes. I was given these along with the graduation package that my parents bought, which included some sort of a scrapbook. I think you have your friends sign that. I have that somewhere, I think. And anyway, they have your full name, and you keep these and don't throw them away like I have not done. So there's that. And then this is a movie schedule for London, the week starting November 26, 1993, Metro Goldwyn Mayer Cinemas in 1993. I was in London in November of 1993. You could have gone to see such movies as Demolition Man, Aladdin. We've got The Man Without a Face, starring Mel Gibson. Hard Target, which was a Jean-Claude. That was the hockey one, I think. That was pretty good. No, I'm thinking of Sudden Death. Hard Target, I don't know. I think that
Seagal?
Was that Seagal? Hard Target?
Hard to Kill was Seagal.
Yeah. He also had Out for Justice, I think. It was always something for something, or something to something. Anyway, The Fugitive was also showing. This showing of The Exorcist at midnight. No, it was at 11:20 p.m. I know I saw The Exorcist in London. This is probably the showing that I went to at 11:20 at this theater called the Trocadero in Piccadilly Circus. It was pretty cool because the movie got out like at 1:30 in the morning, and it was still like it was the middle of the day. It was dark, but there were still like a million people on the streets. So I felt safe, even though it was like 1:30 in the morning in a city I didn't know that well. Speaking of cities I don't know that well, here are some sports pins denoting sports like football, basketball, and baseball. I don't know why I have these. I don't remember who gave these to me, but I kept them. So there's that. Do you have any interesting basketball stories, Matt?
No.
All right. So the next thing that we have here is this is a map of London. That's if you open it up, you'll see a map of London. So so that could come in handy. Here's a on your 85th birthday gift birthday card that I've not given to anybody. So I won't give it to you, Matt, because you've already seen it. So I might give this to someone who's turning 40.
I might not remember it when I'm 85, so that's okay.
That's true, right? Good. That's why they say buy things in advance, like I've done. This is, I think this is a subway or a train or a bus ticket for Milan. Not the Disney movie Mulan, but the Italian city Milan.
Milano.
Milano. This traveler's check stubs. Are there any traveler's checks in here? These are the little envelopes that you got for the traveler's checks. And a receipt for traveler's checks. I think I just saved these because it was just, memories of going overseas. This is a letter I got from the University of Dallas from when I went on my semester in Rome. This is a letter to students just telling you, oh, this is your flight itinerary. I left Saturday, August 25th from DFW Airport. We flew to St. Louis, and then from St. Louis we flew to New York, and then from New York City we flew to Rome. So yeah. I knew at the time that I would get airsick, or that I tended. I only got airsick once. I only needed to get airsick once to know that anytime I fly, I need to take Dramamine. So anytime I fly in the future, or since that, it wasn't when I was going to Rome that I got sick. It was on a flight when I went to visit my grandmother in 1988. You might remember that exciting story from a previous video. So I'll go ahead and remind you. So in 1988, just kidding. So anyway, that's speaking of that trip, here's a picture of me looking very dorky in front of the White House. I'm wearing a Minnesota Twins shirt and a green jacket. Not the one, I don't want to confuse anybody, I didn't win the Masters. But I'm still wearing a green jacket, and I look I wish this picture was better. It's blurry. I don't think my mom was very good at taking pictures. But anyway, I would use that as a Facebook profile pic, but it's kind of a cruddy picture. There's that. Let's see. This might be interesting. More. 1995 Dallas Stars schedule. This is from the second season or the third season. They moved here from Minnesota in 1993. So this would have been, 1995 was a strike season. So they didn't play a full season in 1995. This would have been their second season, Matt. Because the second Dallas Stars season was a strike-shortened season, so they didn't play from September to April like they normally would. They began their season in January and played until May, and they only played, I think, like 50 games. But anyway, good thing I kept this, right? So there's that. Here is when I went to NASA, the United States Space Program badge. This was from a year that I'm not finding free. It's from Kennedy Space Center. This was probably when I went to go see the Space Shuttle launch. Maybe in 03 or 04. 05? Okay, 05. Anyway, it's funny at the Kennedy Space Center because they'll make announcements over the loudspeaker saying "Welcome to KSC," and it sounds kind of like they're welcoming you to KFC. So, I know you found it as funny as I did, right? Yeah. Okay, here's a keychain with a baseball bat and a ball. Let's see.
I just got it. KFC?
Right.
KSC?
I know, right? I know, right? Thank you. Exactly. Right. Here's a diet book from the 70s called A New Figure in 30 Days with this lady on the cover.
Reshape.
And I think she's probably the only reason I kept this. I don't know where I got this. Maybe at a thrift store? I know my mom was dieting a lot when I was a kid, but I don't think any of that stuff is still around.
What year is that from?
I'm guessing. Let's guess. Based on the picture, where do you think? I'm guessing 1972.
You're probably right. I'll guess 1970.
1963.
Hey, I was closer.
No, 1965.
Still, I was closer.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I bet that's a newer version. Is there like, because she doesn't look like she's from
What, a
1965. Yeah, is this a reprint?
No,
It doesn't
I think
say.
so.
Well, anyway.
You
There's,
still lose, Mike.
yeah, well. Here is, back in the 90s, if you would go to Denny's, you could pick up a travel directory. This was basically a list of all the different Denny's locations in the country. So then if you were taking a road trip, you could find out, hey, I'm in Boise, Idaho. I wonder if there's a Denny's. Oh, there's two. There's one on Airport Way, and there's one on Main Street next to Red Lion. Or at least there was back in sometime in 1998. So this was always a highlight of going to Denny's back in the 90s, was getting one of these little booklets that would tell you where you could find a Denny's location.
With the phone numbers listed.
With the phone numbers and the addresses. So if you happen to find yourself, in a faraway land like Missouri or Georgia, then you could find a Denny's.
That reminds me, I have these 3.5-inch discs. One for Battle Chess, the computer game, is that Interplay? Yes, by Interplay. And one from Sierra's Black Cauldron.
Any relation to the movie?
Yes, based on the film.
Oh, wow.
Or the book, which
Never,
was based on the film.
never imagined there could
Which
be...
was based on, the film was based on the
The
book.
film was... I never imagined there could be an exciting floppy disk game based on the Black Cauldron.
Yep.
Wow. All this time I've spent wondering, I've now gonna not wonder. Here's a Cub Scout citizenship. This is something that you would put on your belt. It's not a badge. You would put this on your belt, and it would show your fellow Cub Scouts that you've gotten a citizenship
Or that you're in distress.
badge. Or that you're in distress. Here's a fan,
Beautiful.
which I got somewhere. I don't know where.
Show them the design. Do they not want to see the design?
These are two birds. What kind of birds are
Yeah,
those?
we don't know what kind of birds those
Yeah.
are. If you know what kind of birds those are,
Please call 1-800. All right, so I think we have a caller. Hello.
hello.
What's your name?
I think I know what kind of birds those are.
Oh, go ahead. Please tell me.
I think it's a pigeon.
A pigeon, you say?
Yes, two pigeons.
Can you verify that with? Do you have a certificate of authentication?
Goodbye.
Okay. Well, we got a call telling us that was a pigeon. So thank you very much. I didn't get the caller's name, but I think he was calling from somewhere in Ecuador. But that's what it said. It just said Ecuador calling. So I'm glad that is resolved. Here's a brochure from somewhere called Wild Basin Lodge and Restaurant. This is in Allens Park, Colorado. This is where I went to go see the wedding of a couple of friends, Patty and Jason, back in 2001 or 2. It's a very cool lodge, very nice lodge. I stayed there for a couple of nights, went to the wedding. on a recent trip I made to Colorado back about 10 years ago, I was near this place and I just kind of went back and looked around. Didn't stay there, but you know, it was cool memories. I'm going to go back to this exciting bag of things because interest in this bag of things was so high last time that I wanted to go ahead and go through it again.
Before we do that,
yes.
we have a special report. Do you like cigarettes?
I do love cigarettes.
In case you like cigarettes, I have an album for music from Marlboro Country.
Oh,
with rousing renditions of tunes like, oh, they're not listed here. Rousing renditions of tunes like Glad to Be a Man, Evening Ballad, The West Moves West, Still a Place Time Hasn't Changed, When Winter's Over, Spring Begins.
What's that first
Also,
one?
speaking of...
That first one's When I Was a Man? Or, oh, Glad to Be a Man.
Glad to Be a Man.
Okay. All right.
Glad to be a man.
An excellent song to smoke by, I'm sure.
And also, speaking of smoking and cancer, we have Volume 2 of Marlboro Country Music with
awesome.
hits such as Amarillo by Morning,
I know that.
Natural High, All My Rowdy Friends Are Coming Over Tonight,
Oh, love that song.
Let's Chase Each Other Around the Room, and Does Fort Worth Ever Cross Your Mind? Released in 1986.
What's that third song?
I don't know which one the third was, but Let's Chase Each Other Around the Room.
Remember when we played that at your place?
Every day.
That was fun. Anyway, so here's... All right. Here's a ticket stub from the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, and I went to this back in 1994 with a lady that I once knew. Here's a Blockbuster Video magnet that you can put on your refrigerator, but I've just stuck it in this bag, in this Ziploc bag for safekeeping. The next thing we have is, oh, this is good. This is a picture of me when I was a baby. On the back of it, it says Michael Travis Harris and my date of birth, made by my uncle the afternoon of my birth. This was made through the glass. So he's taking a picture through glass of me in an incubator. And so I'm glad I have this.
That's really
This,
great.
I bet this is the first picture of me.
Yes, absolutely. I have no doubt about that. I was there.
I remember. Here is a button that we had to wear when I was working at the AMC movie theater. The AMC Movie Watcher Club. Reward yourself. Ask me how, says the button.
If you don't know, I can't help you.
I don't remember. I remember that you could sign up for this club and you could get like free stuff. I think it transitioned to another AMC movie club, or maybe this was called something different. I don't remember. So there's that. And here is a commuter rail schedule for Worcester, Framingham, Massachusetts. Another thing that I picked up when I was going on a road trip in 1996. You can ride the T to the game, to the Red Sox game if you want to, from Worcester and Framingham. Probably not that long of a trip because it's not a big state.
Did you ever ride the T?
The one in Fort Worth? Or the bus?
The one here.
No,
the
that
one
T.
MBTA.
No, I never rode the T. No, I never
You know that
did.
movie Next Stop Wonderland?
Yes.
Comes from when you're riding the T, and he says, "Next stop, Wonderland."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to stop. So, yes, that's the end of this video. So, we hope you enjoyed it. And, yeah. Bye.